everyone, it's Antwill the Comic Geek, where I review things based on comics and react to things based on comics. Today we are doing, it's like 10. Today we're doing a reaction to Watch Mojo, Top 10 Avengers Facts. I know a lot about the Avengers, the first issue, some stuff, maybe some history stuff, maybe. I don't know, but let's just get into this. Right after I drink my apple juice. Now let's get into it.
Avengers Assemble. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Avengers Facts.
But if you put the hammer in an elevator, it would still go up. Elevator's not worthy.
I'm gonna miss these little talks of ours.
Number 10. Several prominent characters have declined joining the team.
How do we look?
I think I know
we're not
some.
the 27 Yankees.
We got some hitters.
They're good. They're not a team.
Let's beat them into shape.
The Avengers may be the world's greatest superhero team, but that doesn't mean every comic book character wants to be a part of it.
Stark, we need to talk.
You have reached the life model decoy of Tony Stark. Please leave a message.
This is urgent.
Both Spider-Man and Daredevil declined to join the team when they were first offered, because they preferred to fight evil on a small-scale basis.
What do you want? My wallet?
You know what I want. Tell me about the man you work for.
Spider-Man in particular would actually come to blows with the team on multiple occasions, although both characters would eventually join. Even the Hulk, a founding member of the team, refused to rejoin for an extended period of time.
We are not your enemies, Banner. Try to think!
Number 9. Black Widow is over 70 years old.
And your actress, buddy? Is she a spy too? They start that young?
I did.
With all the cloning, deaths, and rebirths, it can be confusing to try to keep track of a comic book character's ages. Black Widow is a fan favorite among viewers because of her femme fatale nature, but it may surprise you to realize that she's actually over 70 years old.
Your world in the balance, and you bargained for one man.
Regimes fall every day. I tend not to weep over that. I'm Russian. Where I was.
That's right, she's a next-level cougar. This certainly explains how she played such an important role as a spy during the Cold War. We have to say, she looks pretty darn good for her age.
Rule number 1, never take your eye off your opponent.
Oh my God!
Number 8. The Wasp decided the team's name.
We can be Avengers.
Yeah, I know that one.
Good name.
After Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Wasp, and Ant-Man teamed up to defeat Loki, they decided to work together. But first, they needed an epic name. It was actually the Wasp who suggested they call themselves the Avengers, wanting a name that was both colorful and dramatic. Ant-Man immediately supported the name, and the rest, as they say, is history.
What have I to fear?
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves. Sort of like a team.
Considering the important role the Wasp played in creating the team, it's a bit surprising that Marvel left her out of the first Avengers film, although she is poised to appear in future installments.
Wow, Nick Fury is actually worried.
Number 7. They fought the Justice League. Despite originating in different universes and being owned by rival companies, the characters from Marvel and DC have appeared in numerous crossovers. The most famous, without a doubt, is when the Avengers met the Justice League. Superman grows disillusioned with the Avengers' failure to improve Earth, while Captain America believes that the members of the Justice League are fascists.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
After some initial conflict, the two teams actually band together and fight evil. As cool as it is to see the two teams fight, it's even cooler to watch Superman use Thor's hammer. Turns out the Man of Steel is very worthy.
Why don't we find out?
Number 6. Samuel L. Jackson allowed Marvel to use his likeness before the movies.
Who the hell are you? Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh. I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
In the original comic, Nick Fury is actually white. That was changed for the Ultimate Universe, however, where the character was redesigned to look like Samuel L. Jackson.
Is the sun coming up? Yes, sir. Then put it on the left.
What's interesting, however, is that this occurred in 2001, several years before Jackson would take up the role as Nick Fury in the film franchise. Allegedly, Jackson contacted Marvel after he saw his likeness being used, and they promised to give him the part if ever a movie were made.
But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
He has since become a key, unifying character across the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There's a lot we'll have to bring you up to speed on if you're in. The world has gotten even stranger than you already know.
I
this point, I doubt anything would surprise me.
Number 5. Many different Avengers teams.
Oh, I know a lot. Trust me.
Although the original team is perhaps the most famous, there have been dozens of different versions of the Avengers. The West Coast Avengers, for example, consist entirely of heroes based in Los Angeles, including Hawkeye, Vision, and Iron Man.
I thought, and I didn't even qualify.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, apparently I'm volatile, self-obsessed.
The Dark Avengers used an even stranger twist, with the team composed of supervillains disguised as superheroes. Norman Osborn, for example, assumed the role of the Iron Patriot, while Ragnarok was Thor. There have been over 80 heroes who have appeared in some version of the Avengers, making it nearly impossible to keep track of all the different rosters.
Avengers Assemble!
Number 4. The second roster was made up of villains.
I looked in your head and saw annihilation.
Look again. Yeah. Her silver approval means jack to me.
It didn't take long for the Avengers to change up its roster. By the 16th issue, all of the founding members had left the team, leaving only Captain America behind, who wasn't actually a founding member, but more on that later. Cap was joined by the Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye, all of whom had originally been portrayed as villains.
You didn't see that coming?
This transition to a new team was an extremely risky venture for Marvel, but it was ultimately successful, and is still considered to be one of the most amazing stunts in comic book history.
Look, I just need to know, because the city is flying. Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Number 3. The name was only trademarked in 1970.
They'll understand. When they see, they'll understand. I just need a little more time.
The first Avengers comic appeared in 1963, but it wasn't until 1970 that Marvel decided to trademark the name. What they might not have expected, however, was to run into legal trouble in the UK when they released the film.
Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
In Britain, The Avengers was a spy series that was created in the 1960s. Because the series predated the superhero team, Marvel did not have the rights to the name for the film. As such, the 2012 film was called Marvel Avengers Assemble in the UK, despite the fact that the famous catchphrase is never uttered in the film.
Avengers!
Number 2. Daredevil's missed deadline made the Avengers possible.
I can't see! I can't see!
Daredevil may not have wanted to be part of the Avengers, but it was Daredevil number 1 that made the Avengers happen. When Marvel realized that the first issue of their new series wasn't going to be ready in time for print, they decided to group existing Marvel characters together to create a team.
Why did Fury call us, and why now? Why not before? What isn't he telling us?
This would allow existing characters to jump right into a story without needing to write a new origin story. Stan Lee was the one who suggested the idea, and together with, yes, Jack Kirby, they created Marvel's first superhero team.
What just happened? Please tell me nobody kissed me.
We won.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
The Hulk left the team early. They had a crossover with David Letterman? What? Hank Pym originally created Ultron. Yeah, I've been to that.
Number 1. Captain America wasn't on the original team.
You gonna be okay? Yeah, I just... I had a date.
Although the Marvel Cinematic Universe refers to Captain America as the first Avenger, and he is part of the classic Avengers lineup, he wasn't a founding member in the comics. As mentioned earlier, the original team was Iron Man, Thor, Wasp, and Ant-Man. Cap didn't appear until the 4th issue of the series, when he was discovered encased in ice.
I don't care what time it is. This one's waited long enough.
He was given founding member status, however, because of the Hulk's departure, and quickly assumed a leadership role.
Call it, Captain.
All right, listen up. Until we can close that portal, our priority is containment.
Do you agree with our list?
Just perfect.
What's your favorite Avengers fact?
I don't know, but we can find out together.
For more great top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Yeah,
that man has no regard for lawn maintenance.
919. So, I already knew that the Wasp, made the first, named the Avengers in the first place, and I knew that the Hulk left the team early. Well, anyway, now, on Wednesday, on Wednesday in the afternoon, it will be my 200th episode. See you guys on Wednesday.